Hey witches, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be here with you today to talk about one of my personal favorite topics, which is glamour magic. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, grab yourself a little beverage, get cozy, and let's get into it. My name is Jaina, otherwise known as That Velvet Witch, here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today I am drinking an iced coffee from Starbucks because it is the full moon in Taurus. And I thought, what a better way to honor this gorgeous full moon by getting a little sweet treat and talking about glamour magic with you all. The reason I thought the full moon in Taurus was the perfect day to talk about glamour magic is because Taurus is ruled by our girl Venus, which she's out of the frame right here, but I do have a picture of her on my wall and I love her. I'm a Venus devotee, so if you are interested in that, leave a comment below and I can talk about Venus and starting a relationship with her, but I digress. Taurus is ruled by Venus and she is the goddess and it is the planet of love and beauty and abundance, and I would even say protection, and those are all things that you can call into your life or repel from your life using glamour magic. So it just felt like a really fitting time to discuss this. And it's funny because I wanted to talk about kitchen witchery, but I was having some blockages around like structuring the video, and I was like, oh my god, it's because you're meant to talk about glamour magic. So here we are talking about glamour magic. And today I want to talk about what is glamour magic, common misconceptions, how you can use it in your daily life, and what it can do for you and what it's done for me. So we'll start with what is glamour magic. So glamour magic is essentially shifting your aura or your energy body or your shield or whatever you call that energy that surrounds us all, that's kind of buzzing around us, that you can feel and perceive from other people. And it's essentially shifting your aura to be perceived by others however you want it to be. So it's a very interesting tool to learn how to use. And for me, it was one of the first things that I started incorporating into my practice, and I actually found it really easy. And I think it's actually like a really simple way to like get into witchcraft and start doing like a daily practice that is like very much blending like the mundane with the magical, which is kind of my favorite type of magic because it's approachable, it's sustainable, and you can just continue to incorporate it into your daily life. And it also adds like a little bit of like romanticism to things that you're going to do anyway. Glamours can be used to be seen, to be heard, or on the flip side, to hide and to not be seen at all, to blend in, to become invisible. You almost think of it like a cloak. Like you remember in Harry Potter where he goes under the invisibility cloak? Like you can kind of do that with your aura. If you are in a position where you're like maybe on a train or on the subway or walking down the street and there's some shady guy walking down the street, you can like put up a glamour once you've done it enough times. Like for me, I can put one up and not be perceived. And of course, not everyone is going to respond the way that you want them to, but 9 out of 10 times it works, for me at least. And it almost always is instantaneous, which I think is really, really cool. So how do you use glamour magic and incorporate it into your life? So one of the easiest ways is to anoint yourself with oils or use smoke cleansing bundles to cleanse your aura. You can also charge a talisman or a piece of jewelry or a crystal to infuse that with the energy of whatever it is that you want. And I will do a video on charging crystals and objects and raising energy in order to charge a specific object with an intent, but that'll be another video, and eventually I will link that in the description below. But until then, let's start with the basics, and that is going to be one of my favorite ways, which I mentioned, but it's anointing yourself with an oil. And by the way, If it is darker now, I've been in here shooting for a minute and the sun is setting. So it was just the time change and I kind of forgot about that. I should have filmed earlier in the day, but that's okay. Here we are. So I love the oils by House of Intuition, and I will link those below, but you can make your own oils or you can find a local practitioner that that makes magical oils, but essentially you can anoint yourself with the oil and speak your intention out loud. So one of my favorite ones to use is called Peaks of Victory, and it's from House of Intuition, and it helps you overcome obstacles. But for me, sometimes like if I get nervous or, you know, I have like a big conversation coming up, like that is gonna, you know, maybe require me to say something that's a little hard to hear, or I'm a little nervous about the way that I'm gonna be perceived in that conversation, I will put a little bit on my lips and I will also put it on my throat chakra, and I will just say everything that I say is heard the way I meant it to be heard, and I am understood. So I am able to use a glamour to sort of put this intention into my words so people can hear me. And usually when I do that, I have really beautiful conversations and the words flow to me, and then they also hear them the way that I want them to be heard. Oh, my dog is coming to say hello. Hi, Pierre. And so in terms of using an herb bundle to smoke cleanse, so this one was sitting next to me and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a really perfect example of a way that you can use like the correspondences to the herbs for whatever your intention is. This is a rosemary bundle that I made last Samhain because rosemary is associated with remembrance and memory, and I wanted to remember, you know, stories about my ancestors, about my dad, who I'm sitting right next to my ancestor altar, but that'll be another video entirely. But I wanted to use this rosemary bundle to kind of conjure up memories, and I wrote him a letter. And so another way that this could be used in regards to Glamour Magick is, say you have a job interview that you're going to and you want to be remembered. Before you leave your house, you can smoke cleanse yourself with a rosemary bundle and repeat an affirmation or an intention of something like, I will be remembered by my future employer. So you're already saying that you're gonna have the job. They are your future employer. And so it's like an affirmation coupled with using the energy from the herb to infuse your aura with remembrance, which I think is really beautiful. You could also use that same technique for your resume. I know that people don't really have like printed resumes anymore, but if you were to have one, you could smoke cleanse your resume, or maybe even put a little sigil into, you know, your resume digitally and infuse that sigil with a glamour to be remembered, or maybe for like some kind of like sticky energy, almost like honey, to like make it to where it's like people want to like they last on it. It's like they linger on it a little bit. So that just kind of came to me, but that's one idea. Another way that you can use glamours, and kind of what I just said about the sigil on a resume, is you can draw sigils into your makeup, or if you don't wear makeup, totally cool, you can put it into your face cream or sunscreen or whatever it is that you put onto your face, and maybe that is protection, right? Like saying that you don't want to be perceived that day, and you're like, nope, I don't want to be perceived. And so that can be part of your intention. Or say you have a really hot date coming up, like that is a way that you can put like a little like intention into your makeup as you're putting it on, or your moisturizer or whatever it is that you're putting on, with intention of being magnetic. Like their eyes can't come off of you. So that's another way that you can use a glamour in a more traditional sense, which is what most people think of when they think of glamour magic, which is like love and lust and beauty. Another way that I incorporate glamours into my daily life, and the example that I gave, walking down the street and like putting up a glamour, that is through meditation. And so I use that a lot when I meditate, and I will visualize. And if you can't visualize, if that's hard for you, just fall into the feeling of being surrounded by like a little bubble, right? And so if you are not wanting to be perceived and you don't want to be seen, you can put up like a cloudy bubble around yourself that encapsulates your aura, and it's like, don't look at me. And in terms of like doing that while also kind of shifting your attitude, right, and your mannerisms and your energy to go along with like, don't look at me, like don't even fucking look at me. Like, especially if it's like a safety thing and you're wanting to have like no one look at you and not be perceived. Granted, of course, don't completely rely on that. Like if you have a friend to walk with you at night, like have your friend walk with you. You know, like there's other precautions to take, of course. Like don't just completely rely on glamour magic and then like get mugged. Like that's not the vibe. But if you kind of like layer it right on top of things that you already are doing, and it just enhances whatever it is that you're doing, and it works. Say you are wanting to put up a bubble and you want to be liked, and you want to walk into a room and you want to be magnetic. Think of yourself as like with a little bubble around you, and think of like a color that is really happy and energetic and positive, yellow or pink or orange, and you're surrounded by a bubble that makes people want to come to you. You have that intention into your meditation when you put that up in the morning, and then go about your day knowing that it's there and knowing that you are going to be perceived however you intend to be. And also know that you have the power. You can drop it or you can shift it if you need to. You can like quickly like go to the bathroom and like do a little meditation and like change the color of your bubble if you need to, or play around with like textures. Like there was one, and I don't know if this is necessarily glamour. I think this kind of falls into more protection magic, but I used to be an executive assistant for an asshole and I hated corresponding with him. And I heard this on a podcast, and I wish that I could remember who said it, but basically she talked about putting up a shield that was a mirror. So it's almost like that like thing that kids say, like whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. It's kind of like the grown-up witchcraft version of that. And it's, you envision a mirror, so like a ball surrounding you. Not mirror ball like a disco ball, but like an actual like sphere that is like a mirror. And I would use that when I would correspond with him, even via email or text messages, and especially when I was in the office. And I would just put that up, and it was like rock solid, like nothing was getting through that. And when on days that I would do that versus days that I wouldn't, huge difference in the way that I felt, and it didn't drain my energy. But that's more protection magic. But I think because it's more so like how I am protecting my energy, not so much how I am being perceived by him. It had nothing really to do with my perception or with his perception of me, and more so my protection of my own energy. But I do think that that is where maybe like the intersection of you know, protection and glamour come together. They're kind of sisters, but they're not the same. So I hope that that makes sense. And I'm trying to think if there's any other ways. Oh yes, oh my gosh. And the last way that I will talk about incorporating glamour into your life is one of the most popular ways, which is using baths and showers as like rituals to infuse like your whole body with whatever it is that you are intending to. So one of my favorite brands that has beautiful soaps and bath bombs that are charged with magical intentions is Witch Baby soap. Not only do they smell amazing, and I'm not sponsored, I wish. I'm just a huge fan. She has beautiful body oils, bath bombs, soaps, and if you don't have a bath, because I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do like a bath ritual because I don't have a bath. Well, that's okay. You can use a shower steamer, or you can just use a soap or a body oil after, and you can use that to infuse and coat your entire body with your intention, and then take that out into the world. So those are some of my favorite ways to incorporate glamour into my everyday life, and I really hope that that was helpful. I hope that that made sense. If you have any questions, or you want a part 2, you want me to dive deeper into anything, please let me know, and I will do that, because as you guys know, I'm very new to YouTube. This is only my second video I've ever shot, so I'm trying my best to be clear and concise and to make sense, but my videos will only get better and more structured moving forward. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for listening. I really hope this was helpful, and if you liked this, please like and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow and give me feedback. Like if there's anything that you think that I missed, or if there's something else you want me to elaborate on, let me know. And yeah, this was really great, and I'm so glad and happy to be here with you today. So thank you again, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, your night, whatever time you're watching this, and happy full moon. See you next time.